rating is proving, despite losing 1 million viewers from last year, is that she has risen the entire league.
Caitlyn Clark that they're mad about. Now they're pissed off because people are willing to pay up to see Caitlyn.
Now one of the biggest names in women's basketball, Caitlyn Clark stood confidently on the court, holding her microphone with calm professionalism. The Indiana Fever had just wrapped up a hard-fought game. The arena was alive with excitement. Cameras were rolling, and Caitlyn, always thoughtful and well-spoken, was only moments away from giving her post-game interview. Then something unexpected happened. A tall, unmistakable figure stepped into the edge of the frame. Larry Bird. Before we continue, I have one small favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. More than 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it truly helps us grow. Did you hit the subscribe button? Awesome. Thank you so much. Now let's get back to the story. The legendary Celtics icon and Indiana native, a man who defined toughness, determination, and basketball greatness for an entire generation, had arrived. No one expected to see him. There had been no announcement. Cameras hadn't shown him anywhere in the crowd, yet suddenly he was standing there, calm, composed, and unmistakable. He slowly walked over, reached out, and gently took the microphone from Caitlyn Clark's hand without saying a word. The entire arena fell silent. The commentators stopped talking. Fans froze, and Caitlyn stepped back with wide eyes, clearly caught off guard. Her face showed both surprise and disbelief. Larry Bird didn't ask permission or say, "Excuse me." He simply began speaking. After giving Caitlyn a quick nod, he said, "This girl is the real deal."
Football season and waiting for football that Caitlyn Clark has become a leading source of...
The crowd erupted. Holding the microphone with the same confidence he once handled a basketball, Bird spoke with certainty. There was no script and no carefully prepared public relations message. A legend who rarely speaks publicly anymore simply shared what he truly felt. Bird said, "I've been around this game for decades, and I've watched many players come and go. But every once in a while, someone comes along who changes the game completely." Then he turned toward Caitlyn. "She's changing not only the numbers, but the culture too."
Guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you...
The applause that followed was overwhelming. Everyone rose to their feet. Phones filled the air as cameras focused on Caitlyn Clark's face. Her expression shifted from surprise to disbelief, and then to something that looked like genuine humility. It felt like a public passing of the torch, and Caitlyn looked like someone who had grown up hearing stories about Larry Bird. But he wasn't finished. "I remember when people used to say women's basketball didn't matter," he said. "They said it wasn't exciting. They said nobody was watching. Well, just look around." He motioned toward the packed arena filled with fans wearing jerseys and holding signs that read, "Clark is GOAT."
So those all-star ratings, the merchandise sales explosion, the ticket sale explosion, the TV rating...
Families who had traveled for hours just to watch her play were now witnessing the moment themselves. Then Bird delivered a statement that would be replayed on highlight shows for years. "She is making the game impossible to ignore, and that's what I tried to do in the 1980s. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. If you love basketball, you love what she's doing."
Is proving, despite losing 1 million viewers from last year, is that she has...
There was a brief silence. Then he handed the microphone back to Caitlyn. No formal speech. No apology for interrupting. Nothing more. As he walked away, the crowd rose for a standing ovation, and just as quietly as he had appeared, he disappeared down the tunnel. Caitlyn stood motionless for a moment. She blinked and swallowed hard before giving a sincere, almost emotional smile. "Okay," she said into the microphone, her voice slightly shaky. "Well, that just happened." The crowd laughed and cheered once again. "Honestly, I don't even know what to say right now. I think the greatest thing that's ever happened to me was Larry Bird taking over my interview." Within minutes, the internet exploded. Clips spread across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. One headline read, Basketball royalty unites as Larry Bird stuns Caitlyn Clark with a live TV mic takeover. Fans and commentators analyzed every word Bird had spoken, each offering a different interpretation. But for Caitlyn Clark, the message was simple. One of the greatest players in basketball history had publicly given her his approval.
In an exciting way, and all of a sudden there's a momentum behind her and the league.
The reaction continued for days. ESPN replayed the footage over and over. Former athletes shared their admiration across Twitter. Shaq said the moment gave him chills. Magic Johnson called it a beautiful passing of the torch. What made it even more meaningful was Larry Bird's quiet nature. Diana Taurasi, who had previously expressed criticism of Caitlyn's growing attention, posted just one word: respect. Bird has never been interested in chasing cameras. He rarely attends WNBA games. Yet there he was, offering genuine praise with no pressure and no hidden motive. Reporters later confirmed that Bird had specifically asked for his appearance to remain private. It wasn't meant to create headlines. That honesty was exactly why the moment resonated so deeply. Caitlyn Clark was no longer simply a high-scoring player. She was changing how people viewed the game and bringing attention to a league that had spent years fighting for recognition.
So, well, it doesn't do as well without her. Yeah, and tournaments without Tiger didn't do as well, but the
fact that someone like Larry Bird openly supported her erased the final doubts for millions of people. During an interview the following day, Caitlyn was still clearly emotional. "I don't think I'll ever get over that moment," she said. "I mean, that's Larry Bird. I had posters of him in my bedroom growing up. My dad made me watch old Celtics games when I was a kid. And for him to walk over and say those words." She paused. "I'll never forget it." That single moment became one of the defining stories of the season. It turned into a rallying point for supporters of women's sports. Fans printed shirts. Memes spread everywhere. An NBA and WNBA advertisement even used the footage with the slogan, "Game recognizes game." Indiana Fever tickets sold out once again. Caitlyn's merchandise, already selling at record levels, sold out in 3 more sizes. Even longtime WNBA skeptics started paying attention.
Caitlyn Clark's gotten really good really fast. It's like the end of year 1 for Michael Jordan or year 3 for Michael Jordan. She's gotten really good.
Caitlyn Clark that they're mad about. Now they're pissed off because people are willing to pay up to see.
If Larry Bird believed in her, maybe it was time everyone else paid attention to. Then, just like that, Larry disappeared again. No interviews. No media tour. He was simply gone. That was Larry Bird. He never needed a microphone to make his voice heard. He showed up, said exactly what he wanted to say, and quietly walked away. Yet his words continued to echo. "She is changing the culture." Those 4 words appeared everywhere, from murals to Nike commercials and even player warm-ups across the league. Caitlyn never let the praise change who she was. If anything, it gave her even more energy. She played with greater confidence, determination, and joy because she no longer felt like she was only proving herself. She was building a legacy. A few weeks later, after another clutch three-pointer and a double-double, she was asked once more about that Larry Bird moment. Smiling, she replied, "It still feels surreal, but I don't think he was only talking to me. I think he was speaking to everyone who has ever felt overlooked. Every woman who's ever been told her sport didn't matter." Then she added, "He gave all of us a little louder voice that day."
How the merch sales are up 500% and attendance is up, 40%. So they're going to get a raise. There's no question.
Maybe that's why the moment meant so much. It was more than just someone taking a microphone. That microphone became a symbol that seemed to say, "You belong." She'll also make you pay if you don't put a body on her or send a double team. She's pulling up from 33 feet when Caitlyn stepped back onto the court for the next game. Everything felt different. The crowd stood a little taller. The lights seemed a little brighter. And that night, Larry Bird did far more than pick up a microphone. He made it feel like basketball was becoming something even bigger. He gave everyone a glimpse of the future.